Hello everyone, my name is Rachael, and this is the interactive talk section from the TFSTAR Foundation on the topic Eradicating Sex for Grades in Higher Institution. And on my right is Mr. Ojo, then on my left is Mr. Uchendu. Mr. Ojo is a student of Lagos State Polytechnic, so as Mr. Uchendu, also a student of Lagos State Polytechnic and a co-founder of the TFSTAR Foundation. Talking about the topic Eradicating Sex for Grades in Higher Institution, we'll be talking about the roles of students, the roles of the school management itself, and the roles of parents, the roles they play in the life of the students, like how do they caution the students when it comes to grade, or when a child starts complaining at home about this and that, or about sex for grades, about the lecturer asking for sex before giving her grades. Now, before we start, over to you, Mr. Praise. I would like to ask, how does the students themselves contribute to the sex for grades menace in the higher institution? Like, how do the students propagate the menace?
Well, thank you very much for having you on the show for today.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad to be here, first of all, to be reviewed on the first episode of this campus talk sessions, and which is a very important topic, sex for grades in Nigerian institutions. Well, the issue of sex for grades is a problem that has been going on in Nigerian institutions for a very long time, and we can't deny it, because it has been a consistent problem, a kind of a deteriorating factor in the Nigerian institution. And we can't just put the blames on the school system or on the lecturers or maybe on the parents. Students also have a way they are contributing to promote this problem. How do they contribute? That could be the question. Well, you can't have an institution whereby you allow students to come to associate with lecturers the way they like. Okay. For example, in some institutions there is no regulation for dressing. Students wear anything, have naked, walk the way they want to walk, do things the way they want to do. Okay. And there is no way some of these lecturers are human beings, of course. Okay. You understand? So
they can get
exactly
tempted,
they can get tempted to do some things that are not good. Secondly, if you see some of these students, most of them are not willing to learn. And by God's grace, I've been a student for years, and I've been in the system. I've been able to interact with lecturers, interact with other fellow students, both in my school and in other schools. I've come to discover that no lecturer can fail a student who is determined, who knows what he or she is doing. So these people that are always involved in these kind of things are some students that don't really know what they came to campus to do. They do not care to cover the course outline. They do not care to cover the curriculum. Most of them just want to come, get the certificate, and just go.
Most times it's even usually because of the pressure of their parents on them.
Exactly.
You must go to school.
Exactly.
That's what
some certain grade.
Yes, that's what pushed them.
So they are grade and certificate oriented. They want to do some of them dress the way they want to. They dress. They have the purpose. They just want to entice those lecturers to treat them well. So I think the school policing system should build an environment that prohibits students from doing some certain things in the area of their dressing, in the area of their relationship with some lecturer, in the area of how they see what they came to school to do. I think, and for the students themselves, they should also develop this hunger for knowing the purpose of why they came to that is virtually what is different from a Western education and from the education we have in Africa today, because those ones, the majority of them, once they get to school, they know why they came to school, and that is why you see many of them growing to become leaders of the world. So I think the school institution in Nigeria should build a platform whereby students do not just come to school to show how endowed they are, to show how beautiful they are, to show how rough they are, but they should come to school to show their talent and to offer something to the society. I think that's what students has to do.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Praise. Concerning the students dressing and all that, sometimes students do have encounter at Lagos State Polytechnic here, Eradicating campus.
Exactly.
Sometimes I'll get upset. I'll be like, okay, these securities, why don't they allow these things to come in? I'll be like, if you see the way they get embarrassed in school, but most times we don't even know that, okay, this is even for the students. It's for the students' help. Yeah, it's for their welfare, because you need to see the way some students dress to school, and you'll be like, is this person really coming to school? So the students have to learn how to dress properly when coming to school. And like Mr. Press said, their relationship with the lecturer also matters.
Has to
now
be checked, properly checked,
okay.
and monitored.
What does the school management have to say concerning this, or what do you think the school management should do concerning this menace?
Thank you, Mrs. Rachael. Actually, sex for grade has been a very long time problem to the school, which we all know, everybody knows about it.
Yes.
And the school management are not saying they are not aware of it, and which I believe they know, and they have been working towards eradicating that problem from the school premises. And I can only say that the measure at which they are fighting this menace is slow to my understanding. I will advise they add more effort on that aspect. School management are not outside the school, they are in the school premises. They also know and see this action each and every day. Because when a student reports a certain matter to the school authority and discipline is not being issued to the satisfaction of that student, when such issue repeats itself again, that student will not have that courage to report such issues to the management again. Because he or she will feel that when something like this happened in the previous time, there was no certain action against this or the offender. So I believe when something like this happened in the school premises, the measure at which they take out their discipline on this defaulter, it should be on a higher side, so that others that are coming that has the intention of this same act will relent from it. So I so much appreciate the school authorities, what they have been doing, the way they have been escalating such issues in the school environment, and I believe they should continue more. And most especially, the parents of the student has a very good part to play when it comes to this kind of issue. Because charity, they said, begin from home. Because when a child is not well treated at home, we come to the school and exhibit that character as well. Because when something like that happens and you report it to the school management and discipline is not being meant out on that lecturer, such students should go home as well and report to his or her parents and listen to what they will do. I believe the parents will go to the school management and pressurize them.
But mind you, it is not a secondary school.
Fine, yeah, it's not a secondary school.
And the problem is that most of these parents, they don't, I feel that they don't care.
Most times,
want their children
most times the parents have
Yeah.
access to the secondary school than their institution. They believe this child is big enough to decide for his or herself. So most times, the parents, they send their children to school without even looking back at what this child is doing at school, because they believe he or she knows what she's doing or what he's doing.
When you say that, you are correct, but I believe in one statement that says, out of 12 they must do that. If some parents don't care about their students once they are in the higher institution, I can as well say that there are some other parents that care, that they want to know the welfare and the day-to-day activities of the students in school. What happens to them, how they carry out their assignment, and how the lecturer respond to their lecture to the students. So if you say some parents are careless, meanwhile there are still other parents that are so serious with the academics of their children. So we cannot say because out of 12 there are Judas, we should all consider everybody as Judas. So let the student also report this kind of situation to their father, to their mother. There are some fathers that they will not entertain such issues with their children. So I believe with that we will still have a lot to do in combating this crime.
Thank you very much, Mr. Solomon. Concerning the school management, I think I have something to say about that. I think the school management to kind of set up committees that will help in picking out the bad eggs within the lecturers. You know, so there are some people that they know what they are doing. There are some lecturers that they will know that, okay, fine, this person, this lecturer, this is what he or she has been doing, and I'm also doing the same thing. They know themselves. So the school management should try to set up a committee that will pick out the bad eggs from the other lecturers.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
In addition to that, you can see the previous situation that happened in Lagos State here. When this issue was on, that was the same point the man was hammering on. That he alone is not the only one doing it. That they even have a conjoined venue that they carry out this dubious acts.
Of course.
So you see, and those kind of people, those kind of lecturers are still in the system.
As a matter of fact, so, even such issues would have been reported by the students. Only that the school management are not acting properly on it.
Yes.
Like they are not taking
also some previous issues like that have happened.
They felt like this one is the world is gazing at it.
Honestly,
they need to do something so the world can see they acted on it. And the problem now is this: even if schools are to Nigerian institutions are to set up committees, these committees, don't you think
there are
some
people that of the same categories of people?
That is yes. That you heard what I said just now. That it's a global issue that we all hands must be on deck to sort it. Exactly. And in this kind of case, out of 12, I will continue saying that there must be Judas, and we cannot say everybody is a Judas. So in a situation like that, we understand that there will still be bad eggs among them, but let us sensitize ourselves that this is what we have to take as our responsibility and fight it. I believe with that mindset, a lot of us that will understand that we have to come together and do the right thing. And with that, if we have 2, 3, or 3 quarters that are serious, we influence others to know that this thing we are doing is wrong. Let us follow the right path. You understand? So that sensitization must be there among all of us. Even myself, I am among the people which that is going to eradicate this issue, because one day I'm going to have a child and my children are going to school in Nigeria. I don't intend sending my children to abroad for schooling. So I have to fight and make tomorrow their future brighter. So our hands must be on deck in eradicating sex for great issue in our institution.
Okay, I think we've come to the end of our interactive talk session for eradicating sex for grades in our institution. All thanks to Mr. Solomon and all thanks to Mr. Praise. I know that we all enjoyed this section today concerning the eradicating sex for institution. You know, they say the fault is not even coming from the school management alone. It's coming from the parents, it's coming from the students, and we are also advised that the school management should set up a committee that will pick out the bad eggs among the lecturers in school. That is, they should try to figure out who are the culprits, who are those that are really causing this menace within the students. And we also know that the fault is with the students also, with the way they dress, the way they address their lecturers. Even some of the students even come to school with the decision or with the hope of tempting their lecturers. So I'm very sure that you might have learned 1 or 2 things from today's interactive campus talk section. See you next time, and don't forget to like our Facebook page, Future Stars Foundation. You can click like and click follow. I remain David Rachael. Thank you.